This is Smokey. He is a Jersey Woolly, and we are trying to get some of his mats out of his hair. So the real fuzzy bunnies are a little more difficult, but not impossible. So you want to have some good supplies. One is a furminator, and the other is a fur buster. What I recommend to do is push them on your hand and feel how sharp they are, because they are sharp. And now you know why you can't pull and rub hard on your bunny. So you're pulling a little bit of hair up at a time, and you're pulling it out, and you're separating it with either your comb or your hands. You can see he has a mat here. So I just go in there and I hold the top of the mat where his skin is, put my fingers there so that I know I am not getting his skin. Their skins are very delicate and you don't want to cut it. And we're going to brush, and you don't get a lot off at one time, but this will take a long time. You will never do a whole bunny in one brushing that has mats, and it's just too stressful for him and for you. So do it slowly so you're sure you're not hurting him. The other technique you can use is, once you find the mat, is to pull it apart just like you would your own hair. So I'm separating with my hands. Then it's much easier for it to come out. So separate it. Here's a mat. And you can see, work with your fingers. And again, take your time so you don't scare your bunny, because if you have a bunny who is going to need constant grooming, which one of the fuzzy bunnies are some of the line heads, the New Jersey or the Jersey Woolies, anything like that that needs a lot of grooming, you don't want to scare them or hurt them, because then it'll always be a battle. Smokey's pretty good about getting his hair done. I use this technique a lot, even when he's just sitting on my lap. It may not come out completely, but it will separate it and make it easier when you go to comb him. So you always want to know where his skin is and how close you're getting. I don't recommend cutting them out with scissors unless you're experienced and you know exactly where his skin is and how close you are. Now here's a bigger mat. You can see. So I hold it down here, and then I just start working with it. So I'm pulling, separating. So you're doing a couple things at once. And as long as you're not hurting them, they're not usually going to be jumping around or having a problem with it. But you can see here. You can see how this is. See? And if you start to separate it, it'll come out. So if your bunny has a lot of mats at one time, you don't want to do all of them. You want to just start out small. Let him get used to what you're doing so that he is not having any trauma associated with it. Here's another mat. So I can also separate it with my comb. 10 or 15 minutes sometimes is plenty for them, and you'll just have to come back another day. I try to keep Smokey's hair, his fur, short. I don't usually let it grow very long. That's for my advantage. So I will cut, the top of his hair just so it doesn't get too long. You can try various brushes. What has worked best for me is the Furminator and the Fur Buster. I've tried ones like this, but they don't get into a mat. But they're okay for the top coat. And sometimes I do that just to make him feel good. That this is just like a massage and it feels so good. Mats can be difficult, but if you take your time and work through them, it'll work out well. So like if you have your fur like this, you're just going to pull it until it separates. And once it separates, it's easy to take out of the fur. So and start in one spot and work on that. And then move on to another. If the bunny just seems stressed or starts to try to get away, then stop. It's time to stop and give it another day. Sometimes I can only do 5 minutes, and sometimes I can do 15. It just depends on his mood, how much his fur needs worked on, if it's starting to hurt or if it's starting to pull. So take all your cues from your bunny. They know what's going on. So it's just like getting your hair done, and if they're pulling your hair, and it hurts, you can't wait to get out of the chair, but not, so the bunnies are the same way. So you're just going to brush. And again, of course, some needs to be cut. Sometimes they need shaved. But you always want to have someone experienced do that for you. And you always would want 2 people so that you would be sure that he's not jumping down or getting hurt. It's another mat. But if you just keep brushing on the top, you'll get most of the mats. And then once you get your mats on, then you want to keep on top of it. So that you don't have a lot of work the next time. There, Smoke, show them how cute you look. Yeah. He gets some up here between his ears. Smokey has a little sinus infection. If you hear him, that's the noise he's making. Yeah. It's not from being combed. He has a lot of sinus problems. There. So you always want to keep it, the sessions short, and do not pull. You don't want to rip their skin. Underneath their neck is a difficult place to get. Sometimes you will have to get help for that. It's just almost impossible to do that by yourself, because it's under their necks from their water bowls and everything else. You'll find hay in there, and so that is how you would groom. That's how you would groom a fuzzy bunny.